I've been doing YouTube for quite a long time. Even if I don't upload an extreme amount of things, I still do YouTube for fun. I like it. And even though I'm not a big YouTuber, I have gained quite a bit of knowledge about the site, how it works, and how to do things pretty efficiently and how to get people's attention, which is what this video is mainly about. How to make a thumbnail. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I used to not even bother with thumbnails, but now that I've started, I think it really helps. Now, of course, you don't need super like crazy in your face thumbnails, but it can help quite a bit. Think of a thumbnail sort of similar to a store. If a store looks like a rundown shack, you're probably not gonna want to go inside of it, but if it looks really nice on the outside, then you're more drawn to it. You want to go into the store more. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is the thumbnail is what draws people in, but what is in the video is what makes them want to come back and how you keep subscribers. So I'm going to start off with something really simple here. We're going to use I recommend starting off with something like GIMP, which is just a free software. Like, it's an alternative to Photoshop. That's the average resolution for Photoshop right here. 720 pixels, so you're going to want to have that. Now, ultimately, what video you're making is going to change the type of thumbnail, but I think we're gonna make something really attention grabbing today, like really bright colors in your face that just screams, please click me, click me, click me. Now obviously that's not going to guarantee people click it, but still it helps. What I'm trying to say is it's going to look really ridiculous by the end of this, so we're going to just start off with something attention grabbing as our background. So like I said before, you're going to want something that's around 720 pixels, so we're actually going to use a lightning storm. You can just go on the internet and grab whatever fucking thing you want, it doesn't really matter. Now in this case right here, this doesn't fill the whole gap. Now some images you can just extend it so it doesn't look like shit, but you're not going to want to stretch the total resolution or else you're going to fuck up the image. Now as you see here, the canvas right here does not fit the full length. So wait, there's two things you can do here. Make sure you rasterize your layer first of all. If you right click on it, you should find in the options here there's something that says rasterize layer. It doesn't show it on the recording, but if you right click it, you'll find it. Obviously if you're using GIMP or something, it'll look a little different. Now you could just stretch the canvas like that, and it messes up the resolution a little bit, so we're not going to do that. Now you could just grab the corner here, hold shift, and then just extend the whole image like that, and then just move it around however you want it. But what I'm going to do is you can select it here. You can just grab that bit here with your select. You're gonna hit Control J, and then you're gonna hit Control T, and you're gonna grab it, and whoop, you can just drag it like that. Now this hardly ever affects the resolution. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, you can tell it's stretched a little bit, but it doesn't matter because in this thumbnail at least, we're gonna put something in front of it. Now to grab people's attention, you're gonna want something dramatic, something interesting looking. So we're just going to put this here to attract all the Sigma mail. So you're gonna we're gonna cut this out. Now there's a lot of different ways to do this, but I just like to use the magic wand. So you select the layer, you rasterize it, and then you click select subject. And generally this is really good. So it'll select normally what's right in front of it, like faces and stuff like that, or like just something that's center frame. And then here you're gonna want to click Control Shift I, and that'll invert the selection. So normally it would just select what's inside of this, but if you invert it, it selects everything outside of it. So you delete it, gets rid of the background. But if you just select the selection, it gets rid of what you selected. Now we're gonna pull a typical YouTube here. Now we're gonna make this real big and in your face like that. I think that's pretty decent. Maybe even angle it a little bit. Angle it just to keep it interesting. You just want to have interesting shapes that, you know, get people's attention. Like I said, we're gonna pull a typical YouTuber. You want to go down to the FX panel here, right down at the bottom, and you're gonna want to go to outer glow. You see that? Every YouTube fucking thumbnail has that, I swear to God. Okay, now you're also gonna want to add a drop shadow, just to have two outlines. Look at how interesting that looks. See, there you go. Doesn't that look far better now? Now typically you're gonna want to zoom out. You can do Control minus and just keep doing that to zoom out. This is what it would generally look like in terms of size for thumbnails, around there. So you're going to want to make sure everything's readable and noticeable from that distance. I think I want some interesting stuff in the background. I don't just want one thing. So we're going to add something. In this case, alright, so now first of all we're going to rasterize it, because you just want to do that with every single layer. I don't even know if I'm saying that wrong. I don't know if it's rasterized or anything. Anyways, so Control T, hold down shift, and you're gonna want to extend this motherfucker. But oh no, now we cannot see Mr. Bateman. What are we going to do? I'm gonna show you a little secret. We're gonna grab it and we're just gonna move it. Oh, also, sorry I didn't mention this before, but you see the two layers that we have here that are connected in the background when we dragged it before? So you're gonna want to click both of these by using control. If you click one and then hold control and click another, you'll be clicking both of them, and you want to click merge, just so that there's less clutter. Anyway, so back to this. So we're just gonna do the same trick we did before. You select it, then you click Control J, Control T, and just drag it. No one's ever gonna notice. I mean, it's very noticeable here, but bam, now it's not noticeable. And again, you're just gonna want to merge it. Bada boom. See? Very, very not cluttered. Everything's working fine so far. But
We can't see the lightning. What's going on? What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna get the opacity. We're gonna turn it down to about, I think 27. I think 27 works well here. Look at that. That's nice. That looks interesting. I'd click on this. Now, because this is filled with lightning in the background, I think we're going to add some lightning onto his face. Just because we can. Well, not quite lightning, but more so a glowing eye. Kind of like sands, but better. So we want to get a nice blue color here, and I'd recommend a soft round brush and put the mode to normal and just start going like in a general eye shape. Just kind of follow the contours like that. That should be good. That's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to get a dissolve brush and go around the edges. Now we're going to add FX to this, so this will help with the effect that we're going to go for. Now you're going to want to take this layer and you're going to want to duplicate it because we want to cover the other eye. And since I'm a completionist, I kind of want it to be even. So we're going to click Control T, we're going to click flip horizontal, and we're going to move it so it's generally even like that. So we're going to, on the same layer, make sure it's on the same layer, we're going to do the same thing. Brush normal on here like this. So okay, just fill it in best as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect because again we're going to use some FX on here. Look real nice and spiffy. All right, how does that look? Cursed as always. That's great. That's good. That's exactly what we want. Now again, get the dissolve brush and just move it around a little bit. Now we're going to get the two layers that we had, and we're going to merge them. After that, we're going to want to go to VFX, and we're going to go to outer glow. I don't know why I keep saying VFX. I know it's FX. And we're going to want to play around with the settings here. Just get it the way you want it. There's not really like a, oh, this is how you do it for this part. It's just however you want it. Now, I think that looks pretty decent. As decent as the thumbnail we're getting. I mean, come on, get a look at this. Who wouldn't want to click on that? Come on, what reasonable human being wouldn't want that? All right, so now we're gonna want to add some text because it wouldn't be a thumbnail without some text. Come on, unless it's like a cursed image. Cursed images make good thumbnails. So this video, we're gonna make how to make, boom, like that. Bam, like that. Make it real big and bold so you can read it. Now in terms of fonts, I'd suggest something that's bold and easy to read. Now since we have a lot of white and blue in this, we're actually going to change the color here. So go to the FX and then we're going to go to gradient overlay. Now I think a blue would look okay with this because it stands out against that white and it's not quite the same shade of blue, so it's easy to differentiate. And plus we're going to have outer glow, of course, and a drop shadow on it. Now obviously we're going to adjust this a little bit. There we go, that's it. Just really spread it out so it looks very even and solid. Make the opacity full, and I mean the size, just adjust it to whatever you want, but I think that looks pretty good. So we're just getting another piece of text. Thumbnails. So make that really big because that's the focus of the video. This is what's going to draw people in. The how to make is just kind of like a, for proper grammar's sake, you can't just put thumbnails. I mean, I guess you could, but still. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to kind of lean it a bit, and we're going to go into FX again, go to gradient, and this time we're going to do a bit of a different gradient. I'm thinking an orange. So this is just to grab people's attention. Go to FX again, and since we have the effects saved. We're just going to put the exact same outer glow and drop shadow here. So that's perfect. That's nice. That looks great. And you think you're done, right? Wrong. This is 2023. People have an attention span of like 2 seconds, so you need some bright, wacky shit to get people's attention. I blame TikTok. Control T on the text. You want to click warp. You can't do that. Want to know why? Because you have to rasterize it. What do you think I've been doing this whole time? This is why you rasterize everything. God, what have I been fucking telling you? There. Bam, now it's rasterized. So you want to go here, you're just going to want to make it look interesting in any way. Whether you warp it or skew it, distort it, doesn't matter. I think this time we're going to distort it. Put it down like this a little bit. Just adjust it to whatever you see fit. Alright, next up is the thumbnails. This one we're going to warp. We're going to warp this, make it look interesting. But just make sure to keep it readable. There. Just so it looks really wacky and weird. Now I want the blue lobsters to show a bit, so I'm gonna move that down there. So we got the blue lobber, move that up a bit, and we got the bait man. So this is perfect. This is looking really well so far. So we're gonna want to go to Control Shift Alt E. So now what this has done is it's merged all the layers into one layer on top of it onto a new layer. So from here, I would probably zoom out and just take a look at it. How does it look? How do you like it? Now what you can do is you can kind of move it around a little bit. Make sure to hold shift so you don't fuck up the resolution. Just make it look wacky. Make it look interesting. Alright, so this is probably debatably the most important step. You're going to want to go into image and you want to find adjustments and you want to adjust the saturation and you want to ramp that shit up, baby, like real crazy. Yeah, doesn't that look great? Around there. I say like max like this level of saturation. Make sure it's really bright so that kids want to click on it, or anyone really nowadays. It's not even kids anymore. I swear to God, TikTok has caused like irreparable damage to the human psyche. Alright, now you're gonna want to export it. You're gonna want to name it whatever, I don't know. I want to name it Lightning Lobster Whoosh. And then now you want to add final on the end of it. Doesn't that look great? Aren't you happy with your creation? Alright, well that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. I hope this was informative on making a thumbnail, I guess. Like and subscribe and take care.